guys, this is Amanda from TwoBoosWhoEat.com, and you're in the Two Boos kitchen right now. Right now we are going to make a spicy spinach dip using Rotel, diced tomatoes, and green chilies to kind of spice it up a little bit. This was sent to me from ConAgra, and so I'm making this demonstration for you. This is kind of something fun you could make for a Super Bowl party or just any kind of party. It's easy. You make it in the crock pot or slow cooker, and it takes only about 5 minutes to assemble, and it cooks in about 2 hours on high or 4 hours on low. So first off, you want to spray the slow cooker with Pam so nothing sticks, and so it's easier to clean at the end. I always spray the slow cooker just because things get stuck and I don't like to do dishes. So first things first, you're going to want to put in 16 ounces of cream cheese. So I just bought 2 8-ounce of the boxes of cream cheese. It doesn't have to be softened because it's going to soften pretty quickly because of the high temperature in the slow cooker. So after you put in the cream cheese, you are going to want to put in 4 cups of fresh spinach. You could use frozen spinach as well, but I just had fresh spinach on hand, so I'm going to use that. Make sure you wash it if you're using fresh spinach really well. I spun this in my salad spinner earlier. That just made it easier. So the spinach is going to wilt down pretty quickly, so you don't have to really worry about that. Next things, you're going to put in 1/4 of a white onion. If you like onion, we do, so I'm going to put it in, but feel free to leave it out if you're not a fan of onions. Alright, next up my husband is going to show you the next final ingredients. He also writes in the blog, so here I'll introduce my husband Andy.
Alright, so my task here is the next thing you would want to put in for our purposes is the Rotel, diced tomatoes and green chilies. So we'll go ahead and throw that in there. The juice and all would be fine. No reason to strain it or anything. And then we like to add, sort of an optional, our favorite hot sauce. There's 2 tablespoons here. That's fully adjustable. You could put 1, you could put more, you could put less, you could put none. But we kind of like it pretty spicy, and this is a pretty spicy hot sauce. So you could go really lots of directions with that. I think Amanda's going to take over from here with the rest of the ingredients. So thank you so much, and here's Amanda.
Hi, passing off the camera. So next, what you want to do is you want to start to mash it all down. Like I said, the spinach wilts pretty quickly, but it does take up a lot of room at first when it's fresh. So you want to just make sure you're mashing the cream cheese and the hot sauce and the onions and the tomatoes from the Rotel all down. Then I like to add in a mixture of pepper, onion powder, and seasoning salt, just to season things up just a little bit. After that, I add in 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of pepper jack cheese. This is for a crowd, so I'm using 1/2 of a cup of pepper jack cheese. You could use all pepper jack cheese. Sometimes it's a little too spicy for some tastes. And then once again, you're going to want to mix everything down. The cream cheese isn't softened quite yet, so it takes some time. Alright, for the final touch, I just throw in a heaping cup of cheddar cheese. So I just throw in the cheddar cheese on the top and leave it on the top. I don't stir it in at all. I'll stir it in once it's cooked, and I'll show you that once it's cooked. And then I put in Parmesan cheese over the cheddar cheese. You don't have to add Parmesan, and you don't have to use a high quality Parmesan, just it kind of gives it like a crust, which I like, so that's really good. If you were to bake it, I would suggest using like Parmesan or Reggiano on top of it. Alright, so this is going to cook for, since I'm using it on high, it's going to cook for about 2 hours. So perfect timing. You can have it cook while you're watching the game, and it should be ready by halftime. And that's about it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for visiting. So I took the lid off of the crock pot, and now I'm stirring it. It's been about half an hour. You want to stir it together to incorporate the cream cheese, because it melts, but it kind of melts in a clump, so you want to make sure that you're stirring it, looking at all the yummy spinach and tomatoes and onions, and it should be ready. You could start serving it now, or you could cook it the full 2 hours on high. Either way, it's ready to eat. So at this point, you could heat it up, turn it to low, and start serving up chips or crackers or carrots, broccoli, parsnips. Any kind of vegetable would be really good with this dip. Alright, thanks. Hope you enjoyed.